Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about the authentication in OSPF. So I will explain you. As in OSPF we have area. So when we run the authentication, we need to configure the authentication for all the routers is in any area. For example, I do it in area 1 to understand how it works. So I am going in router 1, R1, R2, R3. We want to set it. Now I will start from R3. For the authentication, we go in the interfaces to configure it. Most of the authentication is in interface. EIGRP and RIP also, we do the setting of the authentication in interfaces. R3 has F00 and F1/0. So I am going in configuration, then interface F00. Then I start to write it IP OSPF authentication. Uh, for enabling the authentication, we need to run this command. If I didn't write it, I make a question mark. Sorry. You will see here IP OSPF says that enable authentication. You must first enter the authentication to active the authentication. But here I do it because this version is authentication is clear text. It's not very secure. Old version of iOS will support it, but the new version of the iOS routers it will not support. But I show you the command. So I active. As I active the authentication, it will start to expire the neighborship between the other routers because now active in router 3 the authentication, but R2 and R1 there is no authentication between them, so it will expire. You will see here expiration. Anyway, we continue it and explain you. Now the next command is that we active a key. I write a key 1 and write a name. For example, the password encryption is Cisco. If I click here, you will see it says that type 1 password encryption is not supported because now in new version of the iOS it will not support because it's not secure way. See, now between neighbor 2 and neighbor 3 and neighbor 1, now it will start to expire. So just thinking that I did it like this, so I will go one by one on the interfaces. I write IPOSPF authentication. After that, IPOSPF authentication key 1 Cisco. When you do it in all the interfaces, F00, F10, F00, F30, F10, and F00. For each routers, when you set this one, you must go out, okay? Then you must go in router OSPF 1. We go in configuration of the OSPF. We choose it and say that, okay, in this OSPF for the area, what is the area? Area 1. Area 1, run the authentication. Okay, this is the command that you must enter. After that, you configure it in each interface that has a neighborship in OSPF. You need to go in router OSPF and write the name of that area and authentication. But this way is not secure. It is clear text. You can everybody man in the middle. Anybody can monitoring the data. So we go and do it in the correct way and secure way. Again, we go same as before in the interface. This is the second way that we can run the authentication. It is more secure. I'm going to say it by delay. It must be faster than shows that expired. Okay, now I am talking about the second way for the authentication that everybody use this way. Again, I will write it IP OSPF authentication, but now if you put the question mark, you will see message digest. So I will write it, says that run this authentication. This is more secure. It is a hashed MD5 use it, and it's the data is not clear in between the routers that the data goes and come. Nobody can monitor it for the authentication because of this. The next command that I will write it is IP OSPF. Now says that okay, which message digest key? So first I write it IP OSPF authentication message digest. Now on the second command I write IP OSPF message digest key. Well, what is the key? Key 1, for example. And now here we will choose MD5. Let me make a question mark. See, use MD5 algorithm. So I make MD5 and then I write the password, for example, Cisco, and click it here. So between these two commands for the way that it is secure. After that, we did these two commands. We came out. We go in router OSPF1 and says in area 1 authentication. See, in the clear text in the old version of the authentication, we did it just write this command. But here, if you check it, we can add message. When we use MD5, you must write this command for active in for each routers. Area 1, authentication message digest. That's it. It's not very complicated and it is easy. And you need to run for all the routers one by one all these commands. Just then you will see the expiry will be back uh, in the system. For example, if I go and do it here, just I want to show you. I am going in configuration, interface, this is R2. I do it in range F, at the same time it's better F1 slash 0, okay, and I write it IP OSPF authentication message digest. I active it, then you will see the neighborship will start. IP OSPF message digestion key 1 MD5 Cisco. Okay, so I same time I config the both of the interface here in F00 and F10. You will see the neighborship will be back because now in router 3 we config it. Router 3 and router 2 it is activated, but in router 1 we didn't activate. So if I go and here and I start to configure it, the neighborship will be back. That's it. Okay, I hope you enjoy it and have a nice day. Bye.